Now recording.
Thanks, Craig. That was not as scary as I thought it
That
was.
wasn't as scary as I thought it would be.
Thanks, Craig. Yeah, I
Let's
turned it
let's all give a
away.
hand to Craig, our bot. Thank you. Really good stuff. Good stuff.
Dude, I don't think it records Craig saying now recording. Just say.
I would like to insert audio of Craig saying we're now.
Now
That
recording?
should be. That's the intro. Wow, I
No.
solved it.
But then we're stealing from other creators. You know what I'm saying?
What if we made our own
Craig, we are
robot voice saying now
Dude,
recording?
Craig is one with the people. You don't understand.
Craig is one of the hosts
Craig
officially now.
is. Yeah. Oh wait, we're recording. Hi everybody. Hi. Welcome to the Dude You Haven't podcast. I'm host number 1, Aydin Hal of Terrace. Today I am joined by
Host number 2, Jordan Janiza.
I guess that makes me a host number 3, Joseph Faustino.
That is indeed your names. Wow, I'm really proud of all of us. That was a momentous occasion. So for those of you joining us for the first time, which is everyone, because this is the first time we've recorded this podcast, basically the gist of this podcast is we, me, Jordan, and Joseph, one of us or multiple of us have either not seen something or not done something or experienced some form of media, and we are sharing the thing that we have not watched or seen with the people who have seen it and discussing it. I think that's a pretty shitty way to describe it, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I mean, how else would you want to say it? I haven't seen a thing, but you have seen a thing. So let me share you this thing, or share me your thing so I can see your thing.
I would really like to see your thing. Actually, if we could do that later, that'd be really cool.
That sounds illegal.
I don't think it does.
How would that be illegal?
I think it's pretty legal.
I mean, as long as it's consensual.
I agree.
Okay. So, Joseph, what did we force you to watch this time around?
I watched Your Name for the first time last night.
Wait,
Honestly,
last
Yeah. Yeah.
Preparation at its finest.
I've got some stuff going on, okay?
I'm very proud of you. Yeah, so me and Jordan have both seen the hit animated film from 2016.
Has
Your
it really been
Name.
that long?
Yeah, it's a couple years old. I think it came out like November of 2015 for like Japan. I know we got it really late, actually, at least in theaters.
Dang.
But that's besides the point. Irrelevant. And so yeah, we're just gonna be discussing Joseph's take on the movie, questions, comments, concerns. We'll go through the whole thing. There are spoilers, kind of obvious. So
wow, really?
in case you haven't seen this anime movie from 4 years ago, there's your trigger warning.
I don't know if that.
People can get triggered by spoilers.
I guess so.
Triggered by spoilers.
Fun
Even
fact,
when people-
Bakugo dies at the end of My Hero, and to a fodder titan of all things.
A what?
A fodder.
Oh,
it's,
never-
it's,
that's a
it's, it's an Attack on Titan meme.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one.
We're starting off strong.
I'm in the middle of season 3 of that one, so like.
I have watched the first episode of season 2, and that's about it.
Cool. I saw the first episode and that was it.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
pretty
Attack on
much the
Titan?
whole show. That's pretty much
Yeah.
the whole show.
the first
No, I'd say
episode?
episode 3 is pretty much the whole show, because 2 is training, right? The first one is where his mom
Is
dies. and
2
then-
the one where he like gets in the defective harness and everyone sucks his dick because he can stand up in the defective harness?
Exactly, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
whole
okay,
thing.
cool.
Anyways, I think we're off.
Anyways, yeah, back to Oh man. Okay, so Joseph, how'd you feel about the movie overall?
I liked it. It was good. It was sad.
Wow.
Description for the ages,
I
please.
know,
Continue.
right? So the only thing I knew about it going in is that it was about like a dude and a girl, and then they switch bodies, and like that was it.
That's what I had heard before watching it too, yeah.
And so like So I knew that. So like when the movie opened up and like it was like the girl and she woke up and she was like, "Oh, whoa, what's happening?" I'm like, "Okay, so they switched bodies." But then after that, it went into her like being normal, and I was like confused because I thought they had switched bodies. Um, but then I'm like, "Oh, it was like the previous day."
Okay.
I lost my train of thought.
Yes, yes, you did.
Yeah. So the introduction once the introduction is over, it gets to like what the opening,
Yes.
and
The opening's
what
beautiful.
do you call it? Yeah, the opening's great. I enjoy the Zen Zensei. What was it? Montage.
Yes. The only song I remember like the name of is Sparkle because I listen to that on like loop all the time.
Dude,
I forgot
this
this
soundtrack
movie
is
actually
great.
had an intro, and when it started, I was like, "Wait, this isn't a series? What's on here?"
Yeah.
Me and my Western brain.
Is that a common thing for like anime movies to like have intros?
Koei no Katachi didn't. Weathering with You didn't, I don't think.
I don't think Weathering with You did either.
Yeah,
Maybe people
Garden of
just really
Words
like
didn't.
having intros. So like sometimes they put them in for the
Yeah.
just because they want an intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. I honestly like by the end of the movie, I don't think you really even remember the intro. I didn't think it really
Yeah.
served any purpose. Um,
Correct.
sorry, Joseph, you should probably be displaying your
Remind
opinion
me what
first.
happened during the intro.
Well, I mean, it was mainly just like a compilation of them showing how they've affected their lives when they're switching.
Oh yeah, that thing. Okay, yeah.
And
I thought that was interesting.
it had her braid in there too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was significant. I remember.
Yes, it was, Joseph. Good job.
We don't talk
I
about
know.
why it's significant. We just say it's significant. Okay,
We'll
go on.
get to that. We'll get to that.
Yes. Okay. So the movie opens. She's feeling her boobs, and then like right after that, it cuts to the next day.
Yeah,
When
which confused me.
yeah, did you know that was the next day immediately?
No, it took me a little bit.
I didn't actually realize that until my second time watching it.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that because I had never like thought about it, and it's so like unclear. But then also like watching it for the second time, I was like, oh wow, that's really smart.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes it pretty clear when it's. Although I thought it made it pretty clear when classmates and teachers were like, "Oh, you're a whole different person,"
yeah.
or
At that
"Oh, you
point, I
remember
was
my
starting to
name
be like,
now."
okay, so we just skip to the next day.
Well, so when
Yes.
I first watched this, I didn't know what it was about. My first time, I
Ah,
was just
okay.
told to watch this movie, and so I did.
Oh, you didn't even know about like the whole body switching
Not at all.
phenomenon?
Mm. 'Cause
Yeah,
I mean, I
I
watched
knew
it when
that
it
going
came out,
in.
at least
So
in America, and I hadn't seen any trailers or anything.
Oh, okay. I just heard friends talking about it, and that's why I figured, and that's when I figured I should watch it. That's it. Anyways, how'd you feel as the movie progressed?
I remember when like I found out that like she lived like out in the middle of nowhere and the dude lived in Tokyo. The first thing I thought of was the "Don't Stop Believing" lyric, and I don't know what that
Oh,
says
small
about
town
me.
girl living in a
Yeah,
lonely world.
yeah,
City
that
boy,
one.
born and raised in South Tokyo.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh my
That's
lord.
pretty funny.
That was my immediate first thought. Like she wakes up in Tokyo, and I'm like, holy crap! It's just like the song.
Wait, when in Don't Stop Believing do they wake up in another body?
Well, okay, that's
That's also a good point.
mine is the body switching stuff, which is like most of the movie. So like nothing like "Don't Stop Believing."
Fair, very fair. Oh, but okay, so then after it goes through her like whole day first, right?
Yeah,
And oh yes, and so you're introduced to her friends, Teshi and girl who I don't remember the name because she's really not that important.
She was not that important. Her being in the broadcast club was the only important thing about her. Anyways, go
yes.
on.
That doesn't like you. That's like the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Anyways, yeah, go on.
yeah, and then you see her dad. Um, who's the mayor, and he's running for re-election. How did you feel? Like, did you have any thoughts about that whole thing?
Yeah, about being related to a politician or like all that.
I remember thinking like her dad is a jerk.
Yeah.
Insightful.
I know, right? I'm so full of insightful comments. I don't know. I didn't think too much about the dad thing. Like she walked past him, and then he was like, "Oh, stand up straight." And then I'm like, "This guy." And then I found out that he doesn't even like take care of them or live with them. And I'm like, "What the heck?"
I know,
Yeah.
right? Don't act like a father if you're basically not. Don't act like a father in public if you're not in private.
I imagine that'd be weird because it's like a small town and everyone knows everyone, but your dad doesn't even like take care of you, but like he still lives in the town.
Yeah, I agree. I always thought that was like kind of whack. Um, I like it's supposed to be some sort of like contrast between like faith and like the world we live in,
Politics.
I guess, because he loses his way in terms of the shrine that they
Yeah.
live at.
Once his wife died, he said, "Screw your family,"
Yeah,
which is weird to me. Like, wouldn't you want to honor your wife's wishes?
Yeah. Not a cool dude to say the least.
agreed.
Okay, but then, how'd you feel about like when she started switching back to him, or when she started switching to him rather, and then like she starts the relationship, or yeah, helps the relationship between Taki and Okudera.
Just his whole first day. What did you think about
Yeah,
the whole like first day as him?
Oh, like the first I don't know, I thought it was funny. It was very entertaining to say the least, I guess. I didn't have a whole lot of thoughts. Like her like setting him up with like this girl that he like didn't really want to be with was like kind of a funny premise to me.
I mean, technically he did though,
I mean
until
like kinda.
Dude,
he
he had it bad for her until like they all do. Like what the next day, like when she walks in, you see all of the dudes just like faces red. Everyone's like, "Ugh," and she's like,
simping,
"Right, talkie,"
hard
and they like
simping.
glare at him. That's ahead of ourselves. So my like main takeaway from that first day is that his friend Tsukasa is 100% gay.
Oh
Gay.
well yeah.
100% wants Taki so bad. He's like, I thought he was kind of cute, and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, wait, really? Wait.
And you're just like, this man, he must be wearing some socks because he's got it for his homie.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta think your homies are cute, okay? Like
I mean, I
it's
think
not
you're
that
pretty
gay.
adorable, Joseph. But like, I'm gonna say it to your face, you know.
Yeah, I guess like the fact that he was not saying it to him makes it kind of less
They just like
straight.
never touch on that again, and I was
I
like,
Yeah.
think
this
it
is
was like
such
a
a
bit.
weird moment because like, it was just like, is Tsukasa gay? Like they don't
Maybe he's just
expand on his feelings for Taki.
maybe he just likes femboys, you know? I mean, that's when Taki switched bodies, so he's acting like a girl. So
Yeah.
of course he's cute, right? Because he's acting like a cute girl.
He is acting like a cute girl.
So might just be the attraction to the femboy behaviors.
So you think Tsukasa's more into the people's mindsets and than their looks?
You think he's a regular at Femboy Hooters?
Shouldn't we all be?
Well, I'm more of a goth IHOP person myself.
I mean, I'm more of a Bionicle Hooters myself, but like,
That's the thing.
I mean, it can be if you want it to be. If you
I-
if you believe hard enough, then yes.
We're going to Bionicle Hooters now.
Dude, want to just like stop recording and go to Bionicle Hooters?
Yes.
I agree. Okay. Yeah, so just like Joseph, touch on the points that you want to touch on of like the rest of the movie, and we'll kind of go back and forth. And like, what are some important parts? What like some of the themes you noticed? What caught your eye about this movie? What didn't?
Hold on, I need to think about that.
You-
My notes
supposed
aren't
to write
terribly helpful. I wrote down notes, but I don't always remember what happened when I wrote down those notes.
That's why I write notes detailed enough. such that I could at least recall what I
Joseph
was
wrote,
thinking.
like, "I raised my eyebrow at 2038." And he's like, "I don't know what happened, but that's
What
what
are
I
the
did."
Yeah, basically. Okay, when I really started to get like invested into the plot was when like he went to like visit her. Um which was, I know that was after the date, but like was that like shortly after the date? I can't remember.
shortly
I
after? Because
it was, like, a week, right?
no,
Well,
it was more
with
like
like within the movie itself.
yeah, no, because notice she's like, "Oh, I hope he's enjoying. I hope he's enjoying this date, right?" And then you can see her, or at least her looking in the mirror. I took that as, "Oh, I think she. This is when she's considering cutting her hair. This is when, and therefore, it's very close. It's very close to the festival, right?"
Yeah. No, yeah, that happened like the day before, didn't it? Because like she was supposed to be like, well, she was like, oh, like the comet will be the brightest tonight or whatever.
Right, right. Meaning it was gonna be that night. It was that night, just 3 years later.
Yeah.
And he went to see her?
Yeah, yeah, he went to
That he went
like
on a date. Yes,
after the
No, he went
date.
on yes, he went on the date that night.
of course.
Maybe it was like I don't remember exactly how
Oh, yes.
long.
But Joseph, we didn't even talk about the most important part, which is the twist. Like, how did you know that was, like, happening, that the whole thing was they were 3 years apart?
I started suspecting that there was a time difference when he went to go visit her.
A slight time difference.
Yeah, I like at first my immediate instinct was like they're in completely different times, but then I'm like, wait, no, she's got like a phone and stuff, so it can't be that far off. Um, but like at that point, I'm like, okay, maybe it's a different time because she was talking about the comet or whatever, and like he was like, what comet? And and then like that happened, and I was like, yo. So I didn't like see it coming, but like I started to suspect like right as like they were building up to the reveal.
So I like something I never noticed that I did see the second time around is that on their phones, like you know how like they keep the diaries to let each other know what they did during the day in each other's
Right.
bodies.
Yeah,
The calendars they keep don't have the year on them.
I was about to say like, did
Yeah.
none of them check the year? I was like I didn't think of this immediately, but like later on the line, I was like, wait, did none of them like check the year while they were in each other's bodies?
Yeah,
No.
that's true. How did none of them never notice the year? But maybe they just saw the date and figured it didn't really matter. And
Yeah.
another thing I questioned like the first time I watched the movie, I'm like, right, if they're why do they write a diary when they could just call each other, or they could and then talk about
Well, they like tried calling each other, but like it wouldn't connect.
No,
right.
that was
No,
only after
right. That was only after
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, but also remember that like it's supposed to be this whole thing about dreams, you know, like they don't themselves really remember what they did in the other person's body. That's why they leave these notes for each other and why their relationship is such a weird and interesting thing to watch because neither of them are really remembering what they're doing for each other. It's just these like slight hazy memories, and they're leaving like at the end of the night um these notes for each other of what they did to their lives.
Yes.
So Joseph, how did you feel about the whole like heritage and like the shrine tying into
Hat
all of
tying.
travel?
There was I thought that was like a good like setup, like he went there and then it was like, oh, this is like part of her or whatever. Well, I forget what the drink was, but like
It was the sake that she made
With her spit.
spit.
yes. So I and then like when he like tripped and then like that whole like sequence happened, I thought that
The
was
drug
really
trip?
cool. Yeah, the drug trip.
Dude, the color scheme and art style change?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
man.
It was really I really dig that.
And you get the whole backstory of her mother in the hospital, um,
Yeah.
and how, like, you see her father lose faith in the shrine, and it's almost like this meteor that hit 1,200 years ago is, like, showing him the connection. It's I don't know, it's really weird. I have a theory about, like, the whole movie and how the connection is not really between them 2.
We could get to that
Yeah,
later.
that's besides the point, irrelevant.
Yeah. This is still Joseph's thoughts.
Hi, and welcome to Joseph's Thoughts today.
I'm just
Joseph.
looking at my notes, and I imagine this is the part where they're going to visit her, and my notes are, is it still a different time? I think so. How different, though? And then my next note is 3 years ago. That's how long. And then I put, ooh, this is getting creepy. And then after that is, bro, she dead.
No, that was rough.
Yeah.
Joseph, did you cry? That's my only question for you.
I didn't.
You're a heartless bastard.
You're a heartless bastard.
I don't cry at movies like very easily. Like,
Toy Story 3.
I can't remember if I cried at that one.
To be
I don't
fair,
think I
I
did.
didn't cry at Toy Story 3.
I didn't either, actually. I mean, maybe like a few straight tears. Okay, just a few straight tears, but not like.
There's one thing I know that made me cry, and I can't think of what it was. It wasn't Toy Story 3.
Was it like a kids movie, or was it
can't
like
remember.
Train to Busan? Train to Busan is pretty.
I haven't
scary.
watched that.
Joseph watched The Wiggles and got real traumatized.
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, I didn't cry. I feel bad because I didn't even get like close. I still felt, but like I didn't get like that.
Like Angel Beats, where you like felt the emotions and the sadness and all that, but you didn't actually cry. Yeah, that's how I felt with Angel Beats.
Damn, I cried twice to this movie.
Yo, the first time around I cried twice. The second time around I teared up a bit. At the same parts, I think.
Okay, well maybe I'm just a pussy. Like that's also debatable.
No, that was me. That's me with Anohana. That's me with Anohana though. Like the second time around, I still cried. I remember, like I just remember watching like people's reactions to like the end of the movie, and I'm crying with them because I cried some very manly tears to that movie. Not gonna lie, or that show. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
I don't
Okay,
know.
Anyway, back on track.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
You get my point. Though.
Okay, so, yeah. What is like? I don't know, Joseph. Is there anything you'd like to touch on before we hand it over to me and Jordan?
So like the comment thing happened, and I'm like, holy crap, is he rewriting time? And then at that point, I was like, okay, but is she still gonna die at the end? Because I thought like the movie might have pulled like he's gonna save the people, but she still ends up like dying or something. So I was worried about that. That didn't happen though. Spoilers, I guess. She doesn't die.
Wow.
I might as well not watch the movie.
Third time.
And then at some point I asked, what if he dies in her body? Because like he was trying to like save the town while he was like in her body. And I'm like, what if he dies?
What if he biked off a cliff or something? I'll try.
But that didn't happen, so I guess that question's not being answered.
I don't know what happens when you die in your dreams. You just jolt awake, right?
Oh, I guess so. I guess you just wake up. Oh, and then I remember like I like freaked out when I found out that they had met 3 years prior for him, like when she went to visit him and then she like found him.
Dude, looking at Taki having the hair tie around his wrist the whole movie. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's so different the second time
that.
around. Oh, someone gave this to me, by the way. I don't remember them, but it was kind of a nice moment. I'm like, dude, what? Dude, a cute girl gives me a gift?
Point, I thought it was her, but like I thought that somehow
how would he have gotten her?
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
My only question is, why did he not notice
that it was the same hair tie?
That it was the same hair tie, because although when Taki is in Mitsuha's body, he never wears the hair tie.
That's
Which
true.
I also didn't notice until this time around. He puts like a regular ponytail.
It's like it's like like a black hair tie. You don't really see it. It's just kind of it's in ponytail. And okay, random tangent. Is it weird that I found Mitsuha a little bit more attractive with Taki in her body? Is that weird? Maybe I'm just attracted to when
tops?
girls are acting a little boyish. Well, okay. That's a good point, Joseph. But I'm just saying, like, there are moments, of course, when she's herself and it's cute. But like, when she dunks on those fools in basketball with Taki in her body, like, wait a second, that's kind of hard.
Yes. Well, no, I think it touches on Like, I think that's intentional because, like, they even go out of the way to say he's like, "I'm much more popular when I'm in your body," and he, like, calls her out because
Yeah,
I mean, some people are different, but, like, for me, I'm like, I wanna date my best friend, and so when there's, like it's the homie, but in the girl's body, you're like, "Oh, that's perfect, son,"
That's perfect.
and then even, like, there's the girl who writes her a love letter, and she's like, "Why is a woman writing me a love?"
Why is she confessing to me?
But then at the same time, there's also that, Odera, whatever, the
Okudera?
Okudera when what she's more attracted to Taki when Mitsuha's in her, and it's this whole,
that's true.
because he's much kinder and more open to her, and
Maybe she just likes femboys, just
Maybe
or maybe it's just like from minding dudes
he's
watching, like,
more
oh
sensitive, and
yeah,
that's what
girls
she
like
wants.
sensitivity,
well,
by
to
the
me,
way.
it really fit with the one of the major themes of this movie is longing, you know? It's
Uh
that,
huh.
like, Mitsuha longs to be in Tokyo and get out of this small life, and, um, Taki's, like, longing to find purpose, essentially. He doesn't know what he wants. Okudera is longing to find a man who, um,
Gets her
like Taki
rather than just a
has
simp.
the woman, yeah, Mitsuha, and all of these other people, it's everyone is longing for that one thing they don't have, and then when they look inside of someone else, when you walk in someone else's shoes, you realize they have that, and I feel like that's what was portrayed when Taki is in Mitsuha and Mitsuha's in Taki is they get to experience that which they long for, I guess.
Yeah, and they're so attractive because they look so fulfilled and happy.
Yes.
Yes.
Joseph, any other thoughts?
Unfortunately, I didn't come up with anything as insightful as that. But I did write down that the crater kind of looks like a butt. So
Wow, you are an intellectual of the
Okay,
highest
wait,
degree.
but, like, it's no, this we should discuss this. When the meteor strikes the second time, it does kinda look like some cheeks, but one of the cheeks is slightly smaller than the other one.
That's
that's
true.
That's
true.
are they commenting on body dysmorphia? Are they saying that all bodies are beautiful? I don't know. It's but
The small, even the
Booty
maybe it's
Lake
like what's up?
Booty Lake deserves some love.
I was gonna say like
The
maybe it's
disaster of
that
Booty
the
Lake.
smallest butts have the biggest impact. You know what I mean? Because it was the smaller
Dang.
one that split off and then destroyed the town, right?
But are you saying that big booties ain't good? You're saying big
No,
booties
no, no,
have
no. Well,
impact? Have you seen Demi Rose
no, 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 no. Maybe it was just who? No, I'm just kidding.
walking?
Anyways, no, I think it could have been a whole body acceptance thing rather than like Megan Trainor calling skinny girls bitches. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, let's call out that, like, 2013 song from someone who doesn't really have a career anymore. Let's go.
I know. It's not like I seriously have a problem with. Anyways, that's a whole different tangent.
Alright, Jordan, did you have anything you wanted to, discuss or point out about this movie watching it the second time through?
I mainly wanted to, or what do you call it? I kind of wanted to hear Joseph's thoughts about the ending, and
Oh, yes.
when and like when um Mitsuha finally has control over her body, and then she's running, and it's like, okay, it's Taki, it's Taki, it's Taki, but I still got to do this thing, and then she tries to do the thing, and then she forgets his name,
Oh
and
my
then
god.
Okay, that whole from that point until like the very end of the movie was just incredibly frustrating for me because first they forget each other's names and then like at some point like I thought that she still like failed because like no one was listening to them and like it doesn't tell you that they succeeded until like after it skips like forward to like the 5 years later.
yeah,
So all of that was frustrating. And then like they did that thing where like they crossed paths in Tokyo like several different times without like talking to each
oh,
other.
dude, my heart.
And then at the end they finally like meet and like every time they passed, I was just like, just turn around.
Dude, it's like, how do they run around looking for maybe someone they think they know, and then they finally see them, and then they just walk past like they're a stranger? I'm like,
Oh my
you.
god. I was talking out loud on that final sequence when he walks past her. like they both walk past each other up the stairs, I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
turn around.
And like at that point, they had already like made eye contact like through like the trains, and like it was obvious like that they both noticed each other, and then they see each other on the stairs, and then they still walk past each other.
It's like I can't.
Oh.
And then you're just waiting for the moment for someone to turn around. Oh, such a good
Turn
moment. Oh,
around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely.
Me.
oh, Aiden. Okay, so am I the only one? But like, the one of the moments where I cried both times is when, oh my god, is when Mitsuha reveals her hand and it says "I love you." Oh my
my
god!
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
was in
you
tears.
dumb bitch. I love you.
I mean, it's so dumb because like he should have written his name, but also
of
it like
course.
well, because so
But
that
it's
whole sequence, like starting from that moment when they switch back to each other's original bodies and they're on top of the crater, um, and they can see each other for this moment, and you're just like, oh my god, it's happening.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, we should write each other's names, and you don't see what he does, and then she draws the line, and the transition is so swift. It's like the second she draws it, it
yeah.
drops to the floor, and your heart just kind of sinks. And then it's this like desperation moment where he's trying to like, he's like, I remember her name. It's Mitsuha. It's Mitsuha. It's this girl who means so much to me. And then you just like slowly see it fade from him, and you're like,
Dude.
oh my god. And then she's running through the streets and she knows what she has to do, but she's like screaming his name, Taki, 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 and she falls and she's like, I just need to remember. And she opens her hand and it just says, I love you.
It's
And
like,
she's crying and I'm
you
crying.
mother fucker.
Well, especially in Japanese dialect, you typically don't say I love you to like
Right.
a girl of someone of the opposite gender unless it's like super super serious. They tend to say I really like you or I like you. Like I love you is a really serious thing. And so like it's something I think is lost in like a lot of like when like a lot of us watch it here
Lost in
because, you know, like
translation.
like
In
that
translation, yeah.
yeah, well, 'cause, like, you know, you see I love you in every great romance story, right?
Yeah.
You know, we take that word for granted a lot of the times. A lot of people here say it when they don't mean it. And it's just such a
Like
powerful
my ex.
moment.
I'm sorry.
Uh, uh, it's just such a powerful moment. And then the whole, you know, you're like in suspense the entire last 20 minutes of the movie, like shitting your pants, and then you're like, oh no, what the first time you're like, oh, is after everything happens and they're like recounting the um the meteor strike and they're like 0 casualties, 104 injured, and you're like, no one died. And it's just this whole like, oh my god, when Taki sees Teshi and the girl in the cafe,
Oh yeah, I
and you're
remember
just
that.
like, huh, huda, 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 and he like
Right.
can't get the town out of his mind. Like for years, this has tormented him. Like he has some connection. It's this like, you know,
Why was
he's
I there?
he's
What was I
longing.
doing?
It's this whole thing of he's longing for an explanation for this thing he can't explain. You know, this inexplicable connection he has to somewhere he passed down on a mountain randomly one time. Oh, as far as he knows. And oh god, it's like just like yeah, I would like watching this a second time, I was on the edge of my seat the entire like
Yeah.
final moments because you're just like you just want it so bad. You're like
Right.
they deserve it. Oh, plus the animation's gorgeous, but that's
Oh
beside
no, it
the point.
is.
Dude, the scenery all the
Oh,
time. It's like I want to go to Tokyo.
right? That little town of Imatori was just
Itomori?
gorgeous. Itomori, thank you. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning.
And I think it was like a perfect contrast to like the city scene as well.
Yeah.
Like when it swapped between settings. It just showed what the studio is capable of.
Joseph, do you have any final thoughts about the plot? And then we'll move on to some other stuff. Although I do have my theory I wish to share.
Sure.
Is it bad that I laughed when the pen fell? Because that
You're
was
the
my
worst.
no, because like
Wait, you laughed when?
when the pen fell, when she was going to write her name on his head, and then the music cuts, and then the pen drops, and then my first instinct is just to laugh.
Oh, you're
Dude,
the worst.
I thought it was like the perfect amount of sudden. You know what I mean? It's like
It's really quick.
No, it is, but like, I feel like the dramatic timing can also be like read as comedic timing, depending on how you like look at it.
you piece of
I love you because you're an idiot, and I know that that's how your brain works. There is no other human being who laughed at that. I was like, I literally like threw a pillow on the floor. I was like, "Fuck!"
shit.
I was like,
Like
"Are you
that's like the
kidding me?"
same timing like I would cut a joke in like a video I made. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my lord, I love that.
You're so heartless.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I'm just because I remember the second time around, I don't remember it being that quick, and that's so perfectly timed where it's like line up, you know? I'm like, wow, wow.
No, I agree. The timing is perfect.
But what kind of timing?
So like something I really wanted to touch on about just the movie in general is like the whole tie that it has to like faith and deities and like the shrine especially. So to me, the connection really wasn't between Mitsuha and Taki. It was between Mitsuha's grandma and the shrine.
hmm
Uh, like because it's this whole thing of how they like talk about how the town has really like lost um uh the admiration for the shrine and the older ways and you know these gods and people in her class make fun of Mitsuha for being part of the sake ceremony, but you get this like gorgeous scene between her grandma and Taki when he's in Mitsuha's body, and then the little sister when they go and learn about the past, like the gods. I forgot the name. Moyo is something with an M. Um, and he's like, this sake is is half of you. It's half of Mitsuha, and they're giving that to this faith. And on the ceiling of the cave, they revealed to us later that there's um the original meteor that struck, and I believe that like the connection between um that meteor and the grandma and Mitsuha herself is what allows the whole body switching to happen. The fact that they maintained the faith and maintained fealty to whatever gods they were maintaining, um, in a world
Wait, would you just say
where
fealty?
fealty, yeah.
Fidelity?
No, fealty, it's like loyalty.
Fidelity.
No, fealty, fealty. An oath
That's
of
a thing.
yes, it's an oath.
Oh wow, a feudal tenants or vassals sworn loyalty to a lord. Oh,
It
you did like
I
a
just was
very old
using a
word.
fun word, yes.
Ooh, fancy
Let
word.
me have my $5 vocab. Stop.
Fidelitas. It originated from Latin fidelitas, which made me think of fidelity. I'm like, of course. This is the Middle English word for fidelity. Anyways, go on.
Oh, I hate you. Goddamn. But yeah, like I think that in a world, especially today, where faith and all of that is met with cynicism and ridicule, especially, I think that maintenance of that shrine and respect for the past, they were rewarded with this opportunity to not succumb to the same fate that happened 1200 years ago. And I believe, like, I think in context of this movie, the shrine essentially granted Mitsuha's wish, because like when she's under the shrine at the beginning of the movie, she's like, I want to be a attractive Tokyo boy, and you know what?
Oh
She
yeah.
becomes a damn attracking Tokyo boy. Taki's kind of a snack, okay, but that's
A little
beside the
bit.
point.
Is it
Um,
snacky?
snacky. Um, but yeah, and I think the shrine picks him because he's someone in need of a something. He is lost in that world. He's got this dead end job as a waiter. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life until he's like, I
I
want
mean,
to be a land.
architecture.
No, the architecture's his friend. Remember, his friend talks about it's not Sukasa, it's the other one. He talks about the wooden beams in the cafe they're in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he
Yeah,
does.
architect majors do that.
Yes.
Wait, what about the what do you call it? Architecture poster in his room? Was that not there at the start? Because I remember seeing it when he starts drawing the landscape. Because
Um.
he's already good at
That's
incredibly good at
true. He
drawing.
did like draw like the landscape very
Yeah, but
well.
they don't like it's not something they show. They more show him lost. You know, that's like what the movie shows us because it's his internal struggle. Because that might be something he's interested in, but he doesn't really know what he wants to do. And then he's so moved by this. He's someone who lives in the fast lane world of Tokyo, and then he's introduced to this slower paced world of Itamori, and he gets to witness its culture and its history, and he gets like really into it, so much so that like he can't get that image out of his mind, and he wants to help build landscapes that warm people's hearts. That's what he says at all these interviews, and he doesn't
Right.
get any of the job at these corporate offices towards the end of the movie because he's not really interested in the money or anything. And he says that he's like, I just want to build a heartwarming place.
And that's not what the contractors want, and that's not
No,
what the
that's not
corporate
what
people
that's
want.
not what
They
the
don't care
fast,
about
progressive world of
exactly
Tokyo
right.
wants. And I think that's the movies, the whole like theme of the movies, connection to this spiritualness,
Spirituality, you mean?
spirituality. Thank you. That we don't really tend to have a lot out here in the West. We're more like it's the people, not the spirit. Um, I think that's the reward that they were given. It's Taki was given a chance to see this, and Mitsuha was given the opportunity to save everybody because of the way she was brought up and her respect for all those old ways. So that was I think the connection between them ended up being happenstance because of the way that the movie occurred, because they did switch bodies and they came to appreciate each other. But
Yeah.
like, I think the connection wasn't really between them the entire time. Boom. Mic drop. Ah.
I think that's right, I think.
That's probably what he
Like that
wanted,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Because I mean, like when you first watch the movie, it's definitely it's like a story about fate granting the two a chance to save the
Yeah.
town. You know what I mean? But when in reality, it's more like revisiting spirituality when it seems as though that even rural towns that are not so fast paced would stray away from spirituality. And,
I mean, I
and they're more
definitely saw it as just a love story the first time I
Well, I
watched
mean, yeah, I think
Right.
that's like the point, like on the surface, but like I think like there's more to it, like what you were saying. And like, didn't the grandma say like that, like everyone in that like on that line of the family had like similar like experiences with their dreams and stuff?
it. Yeah.
dude, when the grandma said like I don't remember who I switched bodies with, I'm like, oh no, right? Is that foreshadowing? Right. The second time around, I'm like, wait, that's some ominous foreshadowing I didn't notice.
Or when she just goes, "Oh, you're not Mitsuha," and
Right.
my jaw just dropped. I was like, "I'm sorry, bitch said what?"
Her third eye is way open.
Big brain. She has big brain.
I still don't know how you see that. I mean, like, of course she acts differently, but like, how do you just know it's
She just
literally
looks
someone
and can
else's
tell.
conscience? Yeah, she's got the eyes, wizard eyes, like they said in
Beware
Adventure
the
Time.
eyes of March. Wait, that's Ides, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
I was
Ides.
about to say.
I know quotes. I know popular culture. I'm a smart man.
Is that
I don't
even
know.
popular
It's
culture?
I mean, it's
Quote unquote.
not
Let's Google
current.
that.
Oh my god.
I mean, everyone reads that in like high school, don't they?
Do we have any other parts of the plot we'd like to discuss?
Let me take a look at my notes real quick.
Wait, let me make page flipping sound effects as you read through your electronic notes.
Right.
Ah, yes, here.
Wait, that sounded like page tearing, not page flipping.
What's page flipping?
No.
Wait, let me
Like
see.
a crisp. Let me grab a book real quick. I know I have a book. Oh, let me just grab Final Fantasy 15: The Dawn of the New Future.
Oh wait, but I have One Piece Volume 40 right here.
I have my business textbook.
There's fanning the pages.
I think.
So my last few notes were the people didn't die, yay, in all caps. And then
Wow.
also in all caps, but they don't remember each other. And then the final note was they really did the title drop at the end, didn't they?
Oh, I get it now.
Well, at that point I got it because they had said the phrase "your name" a few times.
Wait, why is it called Your Name? Oh, Your Name, bro. I get it now.
Right. And actually, excuse me. If like the comet striking, one question I wrote down was like, if the comet striking Itomori was like so newsworthy and like everyone remembers it, how did it not occur to Taki while in Mitsuha's body? Like, oh, I'm in the town of Itomori. Like, didn't Itomori get destroyed, or did that not occur to him? Was he the only character that forgot that it happened?
Well, it was like 3 years prior.
Yeah, it wasn't a big thing for him. You know, he was not
Oh,
super
yeah.
invested in that at the time.
But like,
It was
then
just
he
like
would have
a
heard the
tragedy
news.
that happened.
He would have heard the news, yeah, of hundreds dying. That's why Tsukasa and Okudera remembered, right?
Yeah, but also, he never went there, and like, I don't think they ever say we're in Itomori. Like, because he doesn't know the name of the place. He just sees.
Yeah, he's just going off the landscape.
What if he never saw like Mitsuha's dad running for mayor of Itomori? No, or what do you call it? Every morning.
He never really interacted with. Well, because so the dad, actually, I had the same question, but if you remember, the dad, when he meets Taki in Mitsuha's body, he also knows it's not her.
Well, it takes him a bit, doesn't it?
It takes him a sec. He yells at him first. He calls him a son of a bitch, and then he's like, "You're not my daughter." And it's like, oh. So I don't think he ever actually met the dad, because, like, I mean, the dad doesn't live with them. He's kind of a dickhead, and even if he had, when he wakes up, again, they don't really remember a whole lot about each other's days. They don't remember it. Like, it's very hazy.
Yeah.
Until they start writing everything down.
I see. It's just, I don't know. It's like every morning you hear Itomori City Council over the PA or whatever. It's like,
I guess.
I don't know. I guess it's fair to say like when you wake up you forget your dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Also, I mean, to be fair, I doubt that's really like what he was focusing on when you're like switching bodies with somebody out of nowhere.
Of course. Oh, by the way, I have boobs.
Yeah, I think that's his first instinct.
I loved that.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Each and every morning.
I mean, it's not like you wouldn't do the same.
I don't blame him.
Yep. It's a man of culture right there. One of the last things I wanted to touch on, I don't know if anyone else has anything. The soundtrack to this movie. Oh my god. Oh, it's beautiful. I can only remember Sparkle, which is the
Oh, Nande Monaya?
Yes.
Nande Monaya is what I know it
in
as.
English. Sparkle.
Dude, I literally wrote in my notes, it hits so fucking hard.
Oh god, dude, and like just the music that's playing like as she's running through the streets, and you're just like, get there, come on, get there.
Come on. Why isn't the town listening? Why isn't the town?
That was so frustrating.
I know. How did the soundtrack affect your experience, Joseph?
I don't really have anything insightful to say about the soundtrack. I liked it a lot. It was really good. And I think it worked to enhance the movie, but like outside of that, like nothing like took out to me.
Dude, every time I heard Mitsuha's theme, it just hits so different the second time around, because it's like, why is it playing Mitsuha's theme? And then it transitions from Mitsuha's theme into something else, like 2 different times, and I'm like, wait, why did it stop the song. Why why are we moving from that like right now? I don't know. Maybe I learned it on piano. Maybe that's why it affected
Oh
me so
yeah,
much.
probably.
But still, it.
I
Uh,
mean,
the,
I have a really hard time remembering like soundtrack. Like when people like JoJo's as a reference I'll use a lot. Um I have a friend who like he has each character's theme like memorized and
that's
they're
funny.
really good. And like, a lot of them are memes and like, a lot of people know the JoJo soundtrack because of memes, but like I
Yeah.
will not notice a soundtrack, especially like a smaller theme during the movie because I'm much more of a visual person. So for this movie to have like that song in particular like affect me that hard, it like to me that was like this movie has really moving everything. Like it was a really powerful
Yeah,
moment with like their music.
I do agree.
I do believe
Um,
we are getting to that time, my gents. Yeah, I believe we should hit up with some wrapping overall thoughts. Joseph, I wanna add it out of 10 spit-filled sakes, what do you rate this movie? I want a why. I want your favorite part and your least favorite part.
Crap, you didn't give me any time to think about those things.
You have no you don't get to think. Use your
and
Um,
outro. Use your outro for good.
it's not an afro.
It's yeah, kind of.
it's I'm trying to get it to like Weird Al like length.
So for people who can't see this man, picture Weird Al, Santana, uh, and uh, someone else mixed together, and like he
Michael Sarah,
Michael, yes, and Michael Sarah,
I don't
except
look
none of
like
them are
Michael
allowed.
Cera. I just
the
had
hair.
his
Except
vibes.
none of them are allowed within 100 feet of a school, and that's Joseph.
I don't like how
That's
you're
about right.
describing me to the audience.
But like, tell me that's visually not incorrect.
Well, I shaved, so like I
Fair.
don't know if that changes the
I don't know if that
equation.
would scare me more.
I think I'm a little bit more approachable now.
Fair.
Well, I mean, if a pedo shaves his pedo stash, is he still less of a pedo?
Are you calling
But
me a
Joseph's not
pedophile?
actually a pet.
It's in the face as well as the mustache, though.
We here at Dude You Haven't do not condone nor do we support the
Correct.
pedophilic community.
Pedophilia is not okay.
Okay, yes, Joseph, your ratings. Favorite
Okay.
favorite part.
8.5. Favorite part. Crap.
I can't believe you're taking this long.
I can't think. Like, there wasn't like a part that like that was like so much like better than the rest. Like the whole thing was like pretty good. I think.
Okay, what was your least favorite part?
Least favorite part.
It doesn't necessarily have to be favorite or least favorite, just like something that stuck out to you that we didn't talk about.
Well, we already talked about how I left the pen thing, so I can't bring that up.
Well, you're just a sociopath, so.
I might be. I hope not.
Yep. Joseph, you know what? We'll come back to you, my guy. Jordan, how many spit-filled sakes out of 10 do you rate it? What's your favorite and least favorite?
Dude, I give it all my spit-filled sakes. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro,
Dude,
that's a full bottle of spit-filled sake. Right?
exactly. Dude, this is probably my favorite movie of all time. I don't
Really?
seriously.
Wow.
Yes, like I would have a hard time telling you my favorite non-animated movie of all time, but like I could tell you like my favorite movie of all time. I would probably say Kimi no Na wa. You know?
Kimi no no.
Exactly. You probably offended a few people.
I probably did. Cancel.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's just the way the movie moves me, you know? Every single little bit that's like meant to move me moves me, you know? It's like a perfect move from body switching being a funny joke to being something mutually beneficial to being a life or death situation, you know? It's a perfect journey from learning about these characters' lives and then learning about how they're intertwined and then only for them to forget each other. You know what I mean? I think it's like for me it's like a perfect emotional journey, you know? And like so much so that if I ever go if I ever go to Tokyo with my future wife, I kind of want to take her to the stairs.
Aw,
That's a thing, you know. I
cute.
remember PewDiePie and Marzia did it. I want to take her to the stairs, and
I
I
just
want to.
imagine Jordan like bringing a full production team, and he's like, "No, babe, get it right. You're gonna
Perfect.
walk past me, wait 5 seconds, and then turn around. Okay, let's go."
That was pretty. Yeah, literally. No, more like I would like at least a picture where I'm turning around and like calling out to her. Anyways,
Can we make that
so
picture? I
yeah,
want that with
favorite
you.
part. That's kind of gay, dude.
I'll do it with you, Aydin.
Can Chris be there too?
Yeah, he can be the cameraman. He's pretty good
Joseph's
at
little
camera
brother
work.
and I we have an entanglement, to quote Jada Smith.
Oh God.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. Solid. What was your
Okay,
least favorite
so
part? Or favorite,
oh
least favorite?
yeah, okay, so I think, dude, I think my favorite part. I don't know. It's got to be a moment with like a song playing in the background. Mm, maybe it's just, dude. I don't know. I think it's. I think it's actually the end where they're running around looking for each other. I um you know what I mean? It's like you said, it's like the longing. It's like the feeling of longing. It's the feeling of, wow, these two deserve it. These two deserve to be together. They deserve to meet each other again. Is it even gonna happen? Do they um do they pick up where they left off, or do they somehow recall everything? You know, and then the perfect resolution where they just talk to each other, and then it ends. I'm like, yes. Anyways, I think that's my favorite part. Least favorite. I don't know. Maybe. Let me look into my notes. Not gonna lie, the whole musubi thing. I was just craving spam musubi. I couldn't think of.
Oh, I want spam musubi now.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the the
Um,
imagery.
I just kept thinking of the Friends episode where he was like, "Unagi,
Unagi.
unagi."
General.
Nice.
All
Yeah.
right, your turn.
So I give it a solid 8.93333 repeating spit-filled sakes out of 10. I absolutely love this movie. I think my favorite one, I guess not my favorite, because a lot of this movie is just incredible, and like all of the moments move me because I'm kind of a pussy, so like I cried a lot. But I
Well,
loved the moment
same.
when the meteor struck and it was just silent,
I
and
was
then
gonna bring that up. Yeah, that was good.
and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, when did shonen animators get in here? Because like the meteor striking looks gorgeous
It
and it's
does.
silent, and it's like, oh my god, wait, did they
Make
get
it.
out? Like what happened? And you just see the town getting swept away and the destruction of these homes and this beautiful place you kind of became attached to. And even that is just kind of heartbreaking in itself, even if everyone did get out, because I got really attached to this world. Um, and then my least favorite part was definitely when when he sees Teshi and the girl in the cafe and overhears them, and he definitely knows he's like, there's some connection here, and he does nothing.
And he
Like
and he doesn't
nothing
run over
comes of
there.
that. Well, nothing comes of that.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of frustrating because you're like, oh fuck, come on.
Yeah. Go over there and be like, have we met? Or do I know you? Do
I
you know
wouldn't
me?
like know.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations. That is gonna.
Wait, hold on, wait, I have
Oh,
mine now.
Go
never
back to
mind.
Joseph. What's
Oh
wrong
wait,
with
I
you?
forgot Joseph too.
How could you forget about me?
Ah, we're bad. Okay, Joseph, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick with my 8.5 out of 10 spit-filled sakes.
Yep.
My favorite moment outside of the comet thing, which I was gonna bring up before you did, or like you did. I also really liked the sequence. We talked about it already, but like when he trips in like the whole trippy moment.
Yeah.
I think that was
Yes.
really well animated.
After he drinks her spit-filled sake.
Yeah.
That's kind of hot.
I really like that part. And then I guess the least favorite part, it's not bad because like it achieves what it's trying to achieve, but like when they're trying to get the town to evacuate and like no one's listening, like that was very frustrating.
Yeah, it is very frustrating.
But like that's like what it's supposed to make you feel, so I did a good job of that.
Low key reminded me of how people who aren't wearing masks right
Dude, literally. But
You're not
I thought to
wrong.
myself, like, you guys know the history of your own town, right? A meteor struck here before.
Yep.
So like a meteor struck here the last time it came around. So
Well, they
why
weren't
not?
trying to say that the meteor's gonna strike because no one was gonna believe that. They were like, "Oh, there's a wildfire,"
Yeah,
and
they
no
they
one was
they
listening to that.
I suppose. I don't know,
Anyway,
man.
we're gonna have to cut it off, lads. That we're a little bit past time, but congratulations, boys. We recorded a slightly whack podcast, but like, you know what? It was a good time.
We did
And you know,
something.
for a first go, like I think it
I
was
think
good.
yeah. So next week Joseph will be providing. He will be the person who has seen the thing.
No,
And either
I think we should say it at the end of the episode so that if listeners wanted to watch it for the first time and then react with us, you know?
yes, Joseph. Do you know what you're gonna be providing?
I'm torn between a few things.
Present the options, and I will pick.
Um, has Jordan seen Avatar: The Last Airbender yet?
Dude, that's so long. That's so much to watch for the next week.
That's why I was like hesitant on suggesting that.
I'm on like episode 3, not gonna lie.
Um,
I mean, book
so
one is
either,
long. We could do book one.
yeah, we could probably do like a season. I was torn between that, The Road to El Dorado, and then
Oh yeah, I've never seen that.
Cowboy Bebop.
I saw the
Jordan,
first episode of Cowboy
Jordan,
Bebop.
Road to El Dorado or first season of Avatar? Pick.
Why? Okay, tell me why the Road to El Dorado in a spoiler-free way.
It's a fantastic hand animated Disney movie. That should be enough.
It's DreamWorks, Aiden.
What?
Aiden,
I
it's
will
DreamWorks.
go jump off a bridge now. Thank you.
You thought it was Disney? I knew it wasn't
I
Disney.
definitely did.
It looks really nice. It's funny. I really enjoy
It's
it.
reminiscent of a Disney.
Okay,
Disney
cool.
hand-drawn.
Join us next week, and we will be watching Road to El Dorado because we have to cut this off. Right, quick shout out to our recording bot, Craig. Craig, can you give our audience your entire thoughts on this movie?
Now recording.